Hello everybody. Oh my god, I am excited to do this video. You have to excuse me, I'm on a high. I just got done watching the season finales of Grey's Anatomy and Scandal, and I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm good. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay, so let's get right into it. This video is, I know I used to talk to you guys about, TV shows and stuff like that. This video is kind of like miscellaneous things, like different television shows I'm just suggesting to you guys, along with have a conversation about the music industry and what is going on with that right now. But first, on the television front, excuse me, on the television front, this is not a show, this is a company or a production company that I would recommend, Shondaland. For those of you who are not familiar, Shondaland is comprised, well, it's owned and created and everything. It's the brainchild of Shonda Rhimes. Those of you who have been living under a freaking rock, Shonda Rhimes is the woman behind Grey's Anatomy, which is has 11 seasons under his belt. Scandal, which has so far 4 seasons under his belt, and the new freshman show with 1 season, but a fantastic 1 season, How to Get Away with Murder. The reason it's called Shondaland is that's the name of her production company, Shondaland. It's, all those fall under that group or production company or whatever. And I recommend these shows. These are shows because a lot of days I feel like there are a lot of shows on TV that don't deserve to be on TV. Like, there's just some straight up stupid stuff on television or whatever. And so I feel like with Shondaland, she makes sure she brings back great writers. She's bringing back great actors and actresses. Great stories. I recommend anybody, if you have Hulu or Netflix, I recommend you watching Grey's Anatomy. It's just finished tonight, actually. I just watched the season finale. They just finished their 11th season finale. For any show, back in the 80s and 90s and stuff, shows lasted a long time. But in this day and age, for a show to last 8 seasons, 9, 10, 11 seasons, for a show to last for 11 years and still, in my opinion, maybe some people are not gonna agree, in my opinion, for a show to still deliver, for shows to make me do that after 11 years, I'm just like, damn, that's talent, that's dedication, you know what I'm saying? And for an actor to stay on a show, the lead character, Meredith Grey, she's portrayed by Ellen Pompeo. She has been on this show for 11 years, and she has said she is sticking with the show to the end. She's forever grateful that this show has changed her life. So, it's a show. I'm just giving you a brief synopsis or whatever, because I have a lot to talk about, so I don't want it to be like a 3-hour video. It's a medical drama. It's called Grey's Anatomy because of the main character. Like I said, his name Meredith Grey. She's the main character. It starts with her and 4 other interns at a hospital, and basically it chronicles her life from her first season of the show, where she's an intern, single, no kids. Doesn't really have a stable family life because her life is screwed up. Like, when you get into the series, her life is just like, oh, girl, you had it bad. It starts out like that, and we watch her and her co-stars and stuff grow. And here we are at the end of season 11, and I'm not going to give too many spoilers. Let's just say she's married with kids, a nice family. Is it her family? Is it people she chose as her family? Might have to watch and see. Forgive me, that's my son texting me. Grey's Anatomy kicked it off. It kicked off all of Shondaland. Nobody really, like, maybe some people in the entertainment industry knew Shonda Rhimes, but us in the general public, nobody knew who Shonda Rhimes was. This kicked it off. That is that's the reason Shonda and Shonda, because of Grey's Anatomy. Next we have well, watch that if you get a chance. Watch it. My best friend. People might be thinking it might turn you off. That is 11 seasons already renewed for a 12th, but it might turn you off. But it's very addictive. My best friend, I got her on it. I told her, I said, you need to really watch Grey's Anatomy. And she was like, I've seen different episodes and it seems like a really good show. And I was like, bitch, seems like. No, it no seems like. So this last summer, she started on season 1. I guarantee you about a month later, she was finishing, about a month later, she was finishing season 11. Season 10. And she caught up and watched season 11 this year. So that's how addictive it is. Like, she watched about 10 and a half years worth of television in a month. This is all while she's going to school, going to work. Like, she barely sleeps. Like, she's up all night for no reason. Like, she just stays up. So at night she would literally, get on her computer, get on her Netflix, and just circle around and watch. And it was addictive though. I was the same way, and Chris is the same. Like, Chris and I caught up on it in no time. It was crazy. The next show under the Shondaland umbrella is, everybody knows the show Scandal. Olivia Pope. She's in love with the president, but the president, of course, is married to Melly Grant, the first lady. Tonight they just finished their 4th season finale. They've already been confirmed. They've already been confirmed for a 5th season, of course. Scandal just came in and kind of just put Kerry Washington, the lead character who plays Olivia Pope, it kind of just put her on the map. Like, we had seen her do roles and stuff, but Scandal is when you were like, okay, I see you, we see each other, So, I love Scandal. White hat, Olivia's coats, and her outfits, her shoes, her walk. I gotta give it to though. Olivia gets all the praise and accolades for her outfit, but watch out for Melly Grant. Watch out for Olivia's best friend Abby. They kill it in the styling game as well. Like, those women on their show be dressing. Scandal, of course, she's a fixer. She's based on Judy Smith, a real life woman who would fix things. Judy Smith was there for the oil spill. Crap, what was I was trying to think. There was like an oil spill or something. It was at the BP oil spill or something. She was there. She was a fixer for that. The whole Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky scandal. She was there for that. She was the fixer in that. She was the behind the scenes woman for that, or whatever. So basically, Shonda wanted to make a show based on kind of it doesn't follow exactly her life, but based on what she does in her profession, and the added drama with the affair with the president and stuff. That's just things added in. Shonda added in for dramatic effect. So Olivia Pope is a fixer, and she can, Olivia gets the job done. She has a team of about 4 or 5 people, gladiators. It's an amazing show. I know a lot of people don't care for it. I love it. A lot of people I see online, the people who aren't fans, they be like, that is so unrealistic. It's TV. Not everything is going to be realistic. Like, even reality TV is not realistic. Like, so, shut the fuck up. My opinion. The third show, which came in and was like, just from the previews alone, I was hooked on it, is Shonda's show starring Viola Davis. They just finished their first season. They've already been confirmed for a second. How to Get Away with Murder. Just the title alone, I was like, I'm watching. Surely I'm watching. This bitch just told me how to get away with murder. Say what I would? Yeah. So, so it stars Viola Davis as Annalise Keating. She's a professor, but first and foremost, she's a lawyer. Why did I say a law? She's a lawyer. She's a professor. But when I tell you, Annalise always wins the case. Annalise always gets the job done. The reason why Annalise always wins the case, the reason why she always gets the job done. She would go to any length to win, even so far as throwing her husband under the bus, throwing her lover, yeah, she got one of those too, under the bus, throwing co-workers under the bus. Hell, next season she might just blame the murder on one of her students and let them take, like, she is an impeccable lawyer though. And you kind of, when you see the behind the scenes stuff you do, most people be like, I don't have any sympathy for whatever happens to her, but just something about the character just makes you just be like, okay, I see why she does the things she does. I see what's going on with her. You know, I think it's an amazing show as well. I think Shonda has some of the best, if not the best, writers on TV besides one of the shows which I'll get to in a minute. Not only that, Shonda has a knack for casting phenomenal actors and actresses. I don't think from the main major characters to little small bit characters, I don't think there has been any character on any of her 3 shows that has been horrible or has been unlikable. Like, all of them are very talented. Like big characters, you got Viola Davis, phenomenal actress. You know, she played a big role. Then a small character, Lynn Whitfield. Lynn Whitfield appeared in what, 1 or 2 episodes? And I was just like, love her. You had Marla Gibbs on Scandal. I mean, you have all these amazingly talented women who are well, not just women but men. Joe Morton, who, for those of you who doesn't know, he played what did he play in? If you remember Byron from A Different World, he was Whitley Gilbert's lover. That was one of his movies. I mean, it just have all these phenomenal people on there, and you're like, wow, okay, y'all really, when y'all say y'all bringing some actors and actresses, some thespians, you are bringing. I mean, you have Debbie Allen on Grey's Anatomy. I mean, you have all these amazing people popping up on these shows, and it's like, wow. Like, all these people are getting to work with legends. You know, I'm just waiting on Diane Carroll grand ass to pop up on one of these shows. I really do. I'm waiting on her to pop up on one of these shows. But Shondaland, you know, Shonda really changed the game. She's a African American woman who, she's single. She has 3 kids, raising them by herself. No, they're not from broken homes or something. These are kids she either adopted or had through surrogates. Like, this is a woman who lived her life by her rules, and I love it. I love it. She's a very powerful woman. She's running 3, soon to be 4 shows, all while being a single mother. You know, my hat's off to her. And with that being said, let me segue into that when I said soon to be 4. ABC, which is all, you know, all 3 of her shows, Grey's, Scandal, and Murder, all come on Thursday nights. It's called TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. Kind of like in the 90s they had TGIF. All the shows like Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Step by Step, Full House, all that used to come on Fridays. Used to be Thank God It's Friday. Well, this is TGIT, Thank God It's Thursday. And she basically has taken over Thursday nights. Now, her new show is called The Catch. I don't know what night it's gonna come on, because I'm already up till 9. Like, How to Get Away with Murder goes off at 10 o'clock at night. If they're gonna put The Catch on at 10, then I'll be up. I ain't gonna lie, I'll just be up. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. I hope they put all 4 on one night. I don't know how they're gonna make that happen, but I hope they do. I hope they put all 4 shows on in one night. But anyway, The Catch, basically it's a woman who she catches con artists, and she catches crooks and criminals and stuff. And there's a line in there that she's like, you can tell what a person does. You can tell how someone lives their life based on how they spend their money. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting concept. And just the preview for it alone, I'll have a link to, you know, everything. Just the preview for it alone, and also the fact that it's a Shondaland show, I want to watch it. You know, that's just me. But, you know, hats off to Shondaland. Moving on. Earlier I said Shonda has some of the best, if not the best, writers on air besides one other show. That other show would be Empire. Yes, if you don't know who Lucius and Cookie Lion are, I don't know what even if you don't watch the show, just their social media presence of this show, you should at least know that Taraji P. Henson is Cookie Lion and Terrence Howard is Lucius Lion. Like, you should know that. Those are the basics. Terrence, Taraji, Lucius, Cookie, Empire. Like, you should at least know that based on how popular and the kind of presence that these people had, or that the show has. Well, it's created by Lee Daniels, and it's about basically Lucius and Cookie. You know, they were together when they were younger. Lucius was an artist. Cookie was his wife, and also she helped start the company. $50,000, and she reminded everybody from drug money. She reminds everybody in about like out of 10, there were 12 episodes. Maybe in 10 of those episodes, she had to remind Lucius how Lucius got to be rich. But anyway, she was selling drugs and stuff to help fund his dream, and she got caught and took the rap. I don't know if they said 18, 15, or 20. I don't know, but Cookie went to jail for a long time. In that time, Lucius became a serious artist, made all this money, started Empire Records, all while having their 3 children. Andre, the oldest, who suffers from, he's bipolar. He is the educated one. He works at the company with his father. He basically is like under his father, helping run the company. You have the middle son, which is Jamal. He wants to be an artist. He happens to be gay, and his father's like, no. You know, no one wants to see a gay black artist or whatever out here singing, blah, blah, blah. And it's weird. He's living in a hotel and driving a car funded by his father, and you know, his father's lifestyle stuff. But he's like, I don't want to do it for the money, or I don't want your money. You know, so just go with it. And then there's the baby son, Hakeem, who's just bullheaded and thinks he's the ish and all this foolishness. And his father basically finds out he has their father. These are not spoilers. This all happens in the show. You find this out probably within like the first episode, that he has ALS. And he's not going to be around in a couple of years. So he starts looking for a successor because of, he sees that as a weakness to admit that he's sick. Because of Andre's bipolar disorder, he sees that as a weakness. Because the middle son is gay, he sees that as a weakness, or, you know, something. So at first everyone's thinking the son, Hakeem, is going to take over the company. But, you know, it's twists and turns. And, you know, everything is fine until Cookie gets out of jail. And she comes back, baby. After that, I can't tell you anymore. You gotta watch the show. But it's good. It's real good. But yeah, Empire is the shiznit. Those are the shows. Those shows really make me happy. Empire, of course, not surprised. Just like all the Shonda shows with Empire, I am not surprised that it's been renewed for a second season. I'm really not surprised. Before I move on, I will say, you know, here's some treats. Last season, of course, premiered in January, and it was 12 episodes. Well, it'll be back in the fall, which is like around August, September. That's when the fall TV season starts. It'll be back then, instead of everybody having to wait till January. Instead of 12 episodes, it'll be 18, and they're going to split it in half. From like August to September to December, it'll be 9 episodes, and then January to whenever, like March or April, it'll be 9 more. So you'll get Empire all year round, like you do, you know, other regular TV shows. So that should make people happy. Reading on my notes here. Also, Patti LaBelle, who guest starred last season, she will be back. She announced that on The View. I watched The View. Shout out to The View. Hey, ladies. She'll be on The View. I mean, she'll be on Empire again. Also, showing up in season 2, we have Neo, Lenny Kravitz, Alicia Keys, and Chris Rock. That's just some of the names. There are many, many more who I'm sure will be popping up, will be making appearances, whatever. So, also, they're talking about Cookie's mother. And some of the names have been Jennifer Lewis, Loretta Devine. I can't remember anybody else. Those two that stand out the most to me. If they're going for that, Cookie, you better get up in this house. Got my blood pressure all up. Cookie, what is wrong with you? Come on, get you something. You made some ham hocks, chitlins, grits, or Loretta Devine. Now, if you want one of those hood, okay, yes, Cookie is my child. She's nothing but a miniature version of me. Like, if you want an older version of Cookie, cast Jennifer motherfucking Lewis, because that woman there, she's perfect for that role. Loretta can act. Oh, don't get it twisted. Loretta can act, but in this type of role, I personally see Jennifer Lewis. So those are the shows. Those are the 4, well, 5 if you include the kids shows that I just wanted to let people in on, let people see and hear about or whatever. But me personally, I like them all. You know, you can choose one of the 5 and watch, or you can watch them all. It's up to you. Real quickly, I just want to say about some other shows. The View. The View is a daytime talk show. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in my generation who probably are in school or working or something like that during the day don't watch it. I have DVR, so I record The View. I record the other talk show, The Talk. I record The Real and Mess with Wendy Williams. People don't like Wendy, but Wendy, I love Wendy. She does her job. She brings the mess and drama, which is what I like. She does it for me. Yes, thank you, Wendy. Anyway, on The View, it was a lot of older people. It's always been a lot of older people. And I started watching The View when they cast Whoopi Goldberg on there because I'm a Whoopi Goldberg fan. But, you know, Whoopi's been sick and she's been having family emergencies, so she's been on and off sparingly. Well, for about the past month, Raven Simone from, you know, Cosby Show, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, That's So Raven, she has been on the show, and I'm starting to get back into it just because her. Now, everybody doesn't like or agree with what she says. I don't even agree with everything she says, and that is okay. I just think she brings a youthfulness and a new outlook, a younger outlook, because you have Raven who's in her 20s, and then you have another candidate who's in her 30s, and then you've got Nicole who's in her 40s, and Whoopi who's in her 50s, or I think Whoopi's 60, something like that. So she brings my age group into it, and I like that. What else? Oh, I mentioned this in another video. Candy Burris from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has a spinoff, Candy's Ski Trip. What's weird is it's only 3 episodes. But I saw the trailer, and they packing a lot of drama in those 3 episodes. Like 3 episodes, they packed a lot from what I can see in those 3 episodes. So please give that a watch. I almost forgot. I told you all of Shonda's shows come on Thursday. Empire comes on Wednesdays in the fall. The View is Monday through Friday. Well, Monday through Thursday. Friday is a new episode for us, but it's pre-taped because they're off on Friday. So they tape 2 shows Thursday, basically. And Candy's Ski Trip will be taking place with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It starts this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it starts this Sunday, which will be May the 17th. Please check it out. See if you like it. Another show, which myself and Chris, we like to watch. It's called a show on the E called The Royals. Now, usually I avoid E Network because it's known for the Kardashians, and I'm just not. I'm not feeling their show. Good. I like their hustle and what they've made for themselves and the money they've made and the fame and everything. I just don't like their show, so I usually avoid the network. But I saw a preview for The Royals. It's basically the royal family. You're looking at an inside look at a fictional royal family. The king, the queen, the prince, the princess. You know what goes on. The drugs, the sex, the alcohol, the everything. The politics, the backstabbing, the lying, the everything. It's a really scandalous show, and I really like it. Now, I do know, due to the type of show, the tone of the show, it's not for everybody. That is quite alright. It's not for everybody, but I think it's a great show. At least give it a chance. It actually comes on Sundays on E at 9 o'clock. Moving on. Braxton Family Values. Everybody knows Toni Braxton, superstar. Unbreak My Heart, Breathe Again, Let It Flow, all those songs. Well, of course, it's about her and her 4 sisters. There's 5 of them. Her and her 4 sisters, plus their mother. They have a reality show, and that's where we had the birth of Tamar Braxton. He tried it, lies.com, Tamar Braxton, which spun off into Tamar and Vince, and it started the whole thing. I don't know, I saw the preview for the Braxtons, and it seems like each year their family gets more and more destructive and torn apart. I don't think I could put my family in reality TV, because in the end we probably hate each other. And I'm saying this because I'm looking at this family. It's a family who, but I got to see they wasn't that close in the beginning when the cameras came. They try to act close. At least me and my family be real with each other. Like, we were close, and I feel like most of us still are. So, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. You can check it out if you want. What drew me to it was, of course, Toni freaking Braxton. I love her. So, check it out. Let me know if you like it. Once Upon a Time. This show, a lot of people, when I tell people about this show, like at work, or like some of my friends or something, they look at me like I'm freaking crazy. Because it's called Once Upon a Time because it's a modern take. It takes the fairy tales, and it's like, what if we redid this? made it a little bit more interesting. Like you have the fantasy world, and then you have real world, and it's like what happens when the characters from fairy tale land, like Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, Snow White, Little Mermaid, Pocahontas. What happens when they come into the real world and they're living in like this town? The evil queen, Snow White's stepmother, she cast a curse to bring everybody to real life, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting. And they show them in real life, but they also have a separate timeline that shows them in their past lives in like the enchanted forest and the magical land. Like for instance, a Little Red Riding Hood. Instead of the wolf eating the grandmother and masquerading and pretending to be her, the grandmother is the wolf. Like due to a magic curse, the grandmother is the wolf. I thought that was interesting. Also, the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland is the mother to the evil stepmother from Snow White, and she's also the mother of the Wicked Witch of the West. So the Wicked Witch of the West and the evil stepmother from Snow White are half sisters, because they have different fathers, but they're sisters, and their mother is the Queen of Hearts. I thought that was a great twist. I really did. I was like, okay, explains the witchness and the powers and the evilness, and I thought that was a great twist. Rumpelstiltskin. He is Rumpelstiltskin, but he also falls in love with Belle, so he plays Rumpelstiltskin, and he takes the place of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. So I just thought it was, a real cool thing they did. I think it's a great show. It comes on Sundays. It'll be back for season 5 this Sunday in the fall as well. So check it out. There's a show on Lifetime, comes on Fridays at 8 called Bring It, DD4L. It's Diana Williams is the dance instructor. And she has a dance team called the Dancing Dolls. And Lifetime found them basically and was like, we want to film you and document your show. And I think it's a great show. It's giving these kids in Jackson, Mississippi, we don't get a lot of spotlight down there in the South lots of times. And it's giving them this opportunity to showcase their talents to the world. And some of the cast members have even gotten scholarships because of their talents. But those talents, it was brought... The talent scouts and stuff noticed the show because of Lifetime. So I think it's giving them some good opportunities. I don't think they focus on the drama with the parents. I'm like, I just want to see their dancing. I got enough reality shows to show me the drama, but the dancing, that's what I like. But that's just me. Also, here's something that I'm just like, thank you. American Idol. They've just finished their 14th season. It's been announced that they have another season, the 15th. It will be their last. So 2016 will be the last year of American Idol. Me personally, I feel like it's like about time. Like it's taken forever. You know what I mean? And because to be honest, I have not watched since Fantasia 1, and that was season 3. That was season 3, and that was like 2002, 2003, 2004, something like that. So I was like 13 or 14 years old when last time I watched the first season. Kelly Clarkson won. Second season, Ruben started. Third season, Fantasia. And then I stopped watching. I caught a little glimpse. I know that right after that, Carrie Underwood won. But I can't tell you. And I know somewhere down the line, I don't know where, but somewhere down the line, that's where Jordan Sparks won. Other than that, I don't know anybody who won. I know Jennifer Hudson. She didn't win, but she's from there, from American Idol. So, I mean, I was like... It's like about time. I don't know anybody who watches the damn show anymore, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's great they gave some of these people some opportunities, but how many of the American Idols do we still see and hear from? We hear from Kelly Clarkson, Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson, and Carrie Underwood. That's 4 people, and only 3 of them are actual Idol winners. That's 4 people out of 14, 15 years of the show. Like, it started to lose its chemistry because the original judges, Randy, Paul, and Simon, jumped ship. Like, we're ending with 3 people who have only been on there, 3-4 years? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. But I'm just happy it's ending. Another show, and this one's called Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine. I call Married to Medicine cast the bootleg version of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because the Real Housewives of Atlanta had these cast members. It was predominantly black women. Like 4 or 5 black women and 1 white, 1 token white woman. You know how they have the token black person in a cast or in a TV show or in a picture or something? Like, it's all these white people in that one token black. Well, it was all these black people in one token white. And that's how it was on Married to Medicine. It was all these black people in one token white. And I feel like they're following the Real Housewives of Atlanta because they would talk about shade and talk about whatever. Not to mention it's filmed in Atlanta. Also, the white woman left. Well, Kim left Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's an all-black cast. Now you have an all-black cast on Married to Medicine. The white woman's not on there. So it's I don't know. It's a great show though. It can get a little boring when it's like one person ganging up on, a group ganging up on one person. I like it when everybody's like intertwined and like, I don't like you, you don't like me, fuck you, you know. But it's good. It seems like the trailer was released, so it seems like they're trying to amp up the drama a little bit. Now this last thing, TV thing I want to discuss has to do with this dance team and this TV show called The Prancing Elites. Let me take a walk out. That's crazy. I don't even like The Prancing Elites. I just need to breathe because as a young gay man, okay, I had to breathe because I need to say this. Go ahead, got high. I needed to go turn on the fan or something because I'm just gonna say this. I don't like The Prancing Elites. I watched them on television and it made me feel uncomfortable. I know it sounds weird, like as a gay man, I'm always be yourself, living your truth, live your life. But I feel like they weren't doing it. Well, let me explain who they are first, because I just got so heated I just went to my criticism. It's a dance team of 5 men, young African-American gay men in the South. They do it all. They wear the makeup, they wear the leotards, tight clothes. They, some of them even had the weave and the hair in and call each other girl and and okay, that's fine. That's who you are. I'm not judging on that part, but I feel like it comes on Lifetime, and I feel like they're letting the network use them for fame, like making them look like the stereotypical gays. Like you'll never catch them in a wig and a dress, or bra, or weave, or makeup out or something. Like nothing against the people who do that. Let's not get it twisted. Just not me, and it's very rare. Every now and then there's one that pops up, like Jamal from Empire or something. But it's very rare that you see someone on television representing the gay community that's not that stereotypical, type of, like, that's just not me. Nothing wrong with that, but I would like to see myself represented at sometimes. And I feel like they're playing up their gayness and also their dumbness for the cameras. There's one character on there who literally goes every time, what? I mean, what? And they make him sound so stupid. I'm just like, that young man cannot be going through life really being that dumb. But then again, look at Portia from Housewives of Atlanta. So who knows? But their dance team, they got their fame because Shaquille O'Neal saw them dance and he tweeted a picture or a video of them and it went viral, and so people started booking them. And it shows them being discriminated against as well. Now that stuff I can appreciate and watch. If you're being discriminated because of your sexuality or you make someone uncomfortable. The reason I say take the show off is because I need them to come on and be authentic and be their real selves. There's no way, like, you can tell that some of their personalities are amped up for the drama. And I'm just like, be yourself. I mean, gay people I think, are entertaining enough on their own. I don't feel like you need to be, just like over the top with it. If you're not naturally over the top, I mean. Like, there are some naturally over the top people, but I don't feel like, I just get like an inauthentic vibe from the entire show. But that's what I want to say. Those are the TV shows I suggest. Prancing Elites, I do not suggest. I just want to give my advice on these types of things. I did want to dip real quick into music, real quickly. Ciara. Girl, bye. So Ciara had this new album that just came out, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it had like between 18 and 20,000 copies sold, and it debuted at number 17. Like, hit that Mimi whisper. It debuted at number 17. Um, I'm sorry. I mean, I know she worked hard, and I know she probably just thought this is it, because I know a lot of gay people just around here that I know stain for her. Like, they stain, which means stalker fan or stan. They stain for her so hard. Like, Ciara go hard by her album and stuff. But when her album debuts at number 17, it's like, girl, what you doing? You know, to be honest, I don't think she should feel too bad. I mean, I feel bad for her, but this is how I look at it. If your name is not, in this day and age, I'm not saying, you know, overall, if your name is not Taylor Swift, Beyonce, or Nicki Minaj, you have to work for your number one album. Hell, you have to work to get a number 5 or a top 10 album if your name is not one of those 3. Because let's be honest, right now, those are the 3, whether you like all of them or not or whatever, are really taking over and killing the game at this very moment. I mean, they're the ones getting the hot stuff. Even Rihanna has released like 7 albums and is working on number 8. Out of those 7 albums, only one of those albums have been number 1. Keep in mind, she's had a lot of number 1 singles, but I'm going right now on albums. She's had 7 or 8, and only 1 has been number 1. And Rihanna's a huge star. I think it has to do with me personally. If you look at the 90s, like 70s, 80s, and 90s music, because I asked Chris, I was like, what did you think about this artist's music? And Chris is like, I don't even know what's going on with music right now. And when I thought about it, I was like, okay, I gotta agree with him, because at this moment, I mean, what can you do? What can you, I remember when Madonna was a virgin that was touched for the very first time. I remember when the Supremes wanted their baby love, you know. I'm not saying I was born in a time, but I just remember good music. I remember my mama playing good music. I remember, you know, when Kirk Franklin was telling everybody to lean on me. When Janet was taking control. When Destiny's Child was trying to get you to pay their bills. When the Backstreet Boys wanted it their way. I remember it. And now we've got Nicki talking about her Anaconda. We have got Miley talking about wrecking balls. I feel like music has made a total shift. I feel like music's supposed to evolve, and it's evolving. I don't think it's just evolving in the right way. Like me personally, now I listen to a lot of new stuff now, but most of what's on my phone or on my iTunes or whatever videos I watch on YouTube, most of them is stuff that was like in like 2008 and before, if that makes sense. Because a lot of songs then I felt like were much more they were real songs. And speaking of that, Rihanna herself is having some problems. Rihanna released like 2 or 3 singles recently, and none of them did well. You had Bitch Better Have My Money, which I wasn't feeling it. It was whatever. And then you got 4 or 5 Seconds of Boredom. That song she did with Kanye and Paul McCartney. It's boring. Every time it comes on the radio, I'd be like, change the channel. It's just not for me. Like I said, if you're not Beyonce, Beyonce, Taylor, or Nicki right now, you're not doing well. Taylor Swift actually does real well. I'm not Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, but she's on hiatus. But like about a year ago, Katy Perry beat Michael Jackson's record for most number 1s from an album. So even Katy, I'll put her in that list with Nicki, and Taylor. This is not about vocal ability. This is not about who you like the best. This is about sales. Those 4, Beyonce, Nicki, Taylor, and Katy. I'm surprised no men are on the list for like big sellers. There are some successful male artists still out today, but like none of them are doing Beyonce numbers. The only male who can still continually put out number 1 albums is Mr. Beyonce, Jay-Z. So I mean, it's like, if you're not one of those people, you have to, be realistic. I think it has to do with promotion these days. These days, everybody has a Twitter, Instagram, a Facebook, and a YouTube page. All you have to do is click a button, and the entire world can see your photo shoot, your album cover, your video, your performance. But you have to be able to promote. Like, don't knock what I'm about to say, but when Destiny's Child first started out, when Whitney Houston was out, Madonna, who's still slaying to this day. Like Madonna has, I think, about like 11 or 12 albums. Out of those 11 or 12, I think like 8 or 9 of them have been #1 albums. Some from, you know, this generation. But Madonna, the Spice Girls, Janet, Michael, like those, the Supreme. These people, they had to constantly tour. They had to constantly get on a plane, go here, go there, visit this fan. I feel like when you connect more with your audience and you are more open, that's when you are more successful. Because honestly, okay, Ciara's album came out. Let me tell you something. I heard one song. I don't know about anybody else. I've never seen the video for the damn song called I Bet. I've only seen 2 performances of it. One was on some online thing, and the second one was on The View. You can't give 2 performances of a song, only release 1 song, and then release an album. You don't have that kind of power, Ciara. And then I saw an article today where she said she's released hits just as big as Rihanna, Taylor, Nicki, and Beyonce. No, you haven't. My Goodies was a nice, hot song, but it was not as big as, say, Irreplaceable. Or, 1-2 Step was, you know, was a nice song when I was in high school. 1-2 Step. It was cool, but it wasn't like no Shake It Off. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, be realistic, Cece. Be realistic. I feel like her career, I feel like she would do better when she gets her magazines covers. She looks fabulous. She would do much better as like some kind of fashion model, or she would do much better doing something. She's always in Fashion Week. Let her do some kind of design and modeling. Because right now, music is not for you, Cece. What was her last biggest hit? Ooh. God, I can't remember her last like hit that was huge. Like I remember a couple songs she did, but I don't remember anything that was huge. And another thing is, get back to your crunk music. That's when I was feeling you, CC. When you was crunk the fuck up. Like now with this sad stuff, it's like we got enough sad music. Give me the. You were called one time the princess of crunk, and you said I didn't want that type. I want to do all types of music. No, bitch, you need to do that type of music, cause that's what got you where you were. You need to hook back up with Missy and Lil Jon and see what they can cook up, cause oof. But that's how I want to sound the music, and it's just like it's changed so much. I mean, hate them, love them. The Spice Girls are the biggest, most successful female group in history. They have 2. They have 3 albums altogether. 2 of them are diamond albums. Do you know how much you have to sell to get a diamond album? That's like in the same category as the Beatles, Whitney Houston, Madonna, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. Hate them or love them. And they became the most successful girl group in the entire world. And they were only together from 96. This is their peak. Now they were together from like 95 to 2000. But their peak when they made the bulk of their money and set the bulk of their records was from 96 to 98. 3 years. Why? Because they were constantly on a plane, touring, performing, promoting. They weren't just sitting at their computer clicking a button and hoping the fans would watch. They were in your face. Love them, I hate them. They're the #1 selling girl group. That is more than the Supremes. That's more than TLC. That's more than Destiny's Child. Talk about them, but those 5 women worked for every million that they have. They worked for it, which is why I'm like, Ciara, you got to do more. You got to do more. You have to put work and effort. Look at Beyonce. This woman goes on tour and goes on tour for a year. The Mrs. Carter show lasted for like a year and a half because she wanted to visit everywhere. Now that's someone who can release no singles, no promotion, and drop an album and it's #1. CC, you don't have that power, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I wish you the best, but you're not a B. You're not a Taylor. You're not a Rihanna. Well, Rihanna ain't even Rihanna no more. Rihanna having problems. But you're not a Nicki. This is coming from someone who is a new Nicki fan, meaning I like Nicki with the black hair rapping about real shit. Not Nicki with that pink, orange, green, purple, blue, whatever hair. No, thank you. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to comment, agree, disagree, give your opinions. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.